In Nevada County, there's a place where tails wag and hearts heal. It's called Sammie's Friends, a nonprofit animal shelter, giving abandoned and injured pets a second chance. From emergency medical care to loving adoptions, Sammie's Friends is saving lives every day. But they can't do it without you. Donate, adopt, volunteer. Sammie's Friends, because every animal deserves a chance to be loved. Visit sammiesfriends.org.
I am here with Stacy Broadrick. Stacy is on the board for Sammie's. So how long have you been on the board?
About a year and 2 months.
Okay, well, I was on the board years ago, and they never asked me to dress up as a chicken. So thank you. You get to do all sorts of fun stuff. So kind of tell me what kind of work you do on the board. What kind of work, the things that you guys are working on these days?
We're working on fundraising, of course, more so than we have in the past. We're also looking at adding some folks to our board. We've had some people age out, so we've got some new people coming on, which is super exciting. Yeah. They're very involved in the shelter already, and of course they all have animals from Sammie's.
Yeah.
So they know the challenges.
I think everybody in this community either has an animal for Sammie's or has had an animal
Yes.
from Sammie's, just because they do such a good job in the community letting people know what's available. And this community is very generous and really supports the animals. So
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Nevada County?
Only about a year and a half.
And how do you like it?
I love it. I've been coming through the Gold Country for 30 plus years. In my professional life, I lived in Southern California. I was an analyst, but I had a side hustle, and I was an antique dealer.
Oh.
So up and down Highway 49 every summer, looking for gold to sell in my store, with my dog, of course.
Yeah, there you go. Well, no shortage of old things in Nevada County.
And I loved many of the towns. I've been through almost all of them and stayed in many, but Grass Valley and Nevada City were my favorite.
Yeah, I hear that. I've lived here for a really long time, but I hear that from a lot of people. They come for a visit and they never leave.
I love it here.
So tell me about the dog that you adopted from Sammie's Friends.
Oh my, he's a very big, furry Malamute Husky Shepherd mix. He has a sad story, but he's happy now. Yeah. He came in about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months before I started volunteering at Sammie's. He was sick with heartworm and kind of living on his own on a property. They had to shave him, so he wore a T-shirt for several months until his fur grew back. And I was looking for a smaller dog, but I would exercise dogs in the play yard, and he was one of those there. And he kept talking to me because that breed talks. Yeah. And so he was going to go home for a few nights, and he ended up never going back. I think we hear that a lot from people. That's why I could never foster, because I never would want to give them back. Yeah.
And I'm hoping that somebody's going to bring me one of those cute little kittens to cuddle with.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah. You have 97 kittens in foster right now, and it's not even kitten season yet. So it's going to be a big year for cats. So if you want to get a cat, now is the time.
We have many beautiful adult cats as well as kittens. And I like to tell people who say, well, what else could I do? The big dogs are too much for me. What other volunteer opportunities are there? If you're a cat person, you can just come sit and play and snuggle kitties and kittens. They all need attention and socialization.
Yeah. And I love the setup that you have for the cat.
It's very peaceful.
It is really peaceful. It's nice. Years ago, I remember when there was money that was raised to build the cat room, and it made a huge difference in the life of the animals, because sometimes putting the cats and dogs together, it gets so loud and so stressful for the cats. And so it's really great that we've been able to separate that. And I know I've gone up there and cuddled cats. There was discussion years ago when I was on the board about opening a cat cafe.
Oh, I love that.
People can come and have coffee and play with the cats, and they're all over. There's one in the Bay Area. There's one in Washington, D.C. I've been to a couple of them.
That's a great idea, actually.
Especially for people who want a pet but they can't have one. Mm-hmm. So it just gives them that little bit of connection to it, and it helps the animals a lot too.
Oh, so that's great. I tell my friends it's very zen in there.
Yeah. So tell me about the auction that's going on out there.
We've got some wonderful things. Some of our local businesses have been very generous. We've got some gift cards from Gold Vibe Kombuchery. We've got some beautiful tiles from a studio. We've got some antique pieces that are gorgeous. We've got a variety of nice things. We've got some cool gift baskets with olive oils and spices and things. There's something there for everyone.
And how can people participate in the auction? Do they need to come down here, or is it online also?
They need to come down.
They need to come down. So
if I will say though, we are taking photographs and little videos of the items. If you see them posted on Facebook or Instagram and they don't sell today at the auction, we are taking them.
They can reach out to the shelter. Oh, that's
the shelter
great.
or the thrift store.
Okay.
We'll take some of them to sell.
Yeah. Well, and for those who don't know, Sammie's has the most extraordinary thrift store in Nevada County. I was in retail for many years, and when I closed my store, I really missed working in retail, but I knew I didn't want to open another store, so I volunteered at the thrift store.
That's a dangerous place to volunteer.
It was. I went home every single day with something, but I had always been in the new retail business for years. I never understood the secondhand market. And there's just definitely something for everybody in there.
It is a fabulous thrift store, and it's large.
It is, and Heather and her staff, they do a tremendous job of taking donations from the community. So if another way that people can give back is if you are doing spring cleaning and cleaning out things that you don't want anymore, to donate them to Sammie's, because that's how they survive, is through the donations. And this community has been very generous. If you go in there, their warehouse is almost as big as the showroom floor. They have so much stuff in there. So.
I gave some, I donated some furniture from my house in Southern California. It was a mid-century house. I had 4 big stickly prairie chairs. They were gorgeous. I have no room for those, and I thought that's something I can do for the shelter. So I donated them, and they've sold pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah. That makes a huge difference in the community.
It absolutely does.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, Stacy, thank you so much. Thanks for volunteering. And
thank you.
It's so wonderful when people move up to this community and find opportunities like that. It's a great way to meet people also when you're new, and you can see just how fabulous Nevada County is. So
it is wonderful.
Well, thank you so much. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.